What's up with everybody, man? Your boy Raider Ben coming back at you guys with another motherfucking video, man. You guys already know what time it is with Raider Ben. Chilling in the whip. Got home from work, man. Doing my thing, man. Doing my thug thizzle. You know what I'm saying? Preseason is over with. That shit is cookies, man. The Raiders fuck around and fell. 0-4. Couldn't win a game in the preseason. Even though I honestly don't give two fucks about preseason. Of course I want to win every game, but you know, it's not really going to happen, especially preseason games where not too many schemes, not too much scheme and fucking play calling really go into preseason games. Preseason games are very vanilla. So the fact that we didn't win a game doesn't bother me much. We didn't have the preseason king, Matt McGloin, out there doing anything. So that's probably the reason why we didn't win no games. McGloin was, you know, the person who won a lot of games for us. At least in the preseason. He sucked ass in the regular season. But in this video, man, I just want to talk about a couple notable players that the Raiders cut. So let me go ahead and finish rolling this thing up. Get some people in the stream. Shout out to whoever's in the stream right now, man. Smack a like on the live stream video, man. I appreciate all the love you guys show your boy Raider Ben. You feel me? The nation shows your boy. Nobody in the stream, but it's all good. We're gonna keep it lit. You feel me? Fucking beer spewing out everywhere and shit. So today in the NFL, all the teams' rosters had to be cut down to 53 players. As the rules had changed. I remember they used to go from like 90 to 72 and then down to 53. So those days are over with, though. So the Raiders had to cut a total of, what, 37 players today? We're just going to talk about some notable ones, man. First guy that I want to talk about that got released, fan favorite, George Atkinson III, hometown kid where I'm from, man, from Stockton, California. I kind of knew this guy was going to get cut. I really like George Atkinson a lot. I think he has a lot of talent. You know, it's just, there's so many good running backs in the NFL, man. You know, it's hard to really find a spot unless you're like an elite running back. And I don't think George Atkinson III is an elite running back. I think George Atkinson is more of a change of pace, third down type running back. The Raiders' backfield is too full already with Marshawn Lynch, DeAndre Washington, and Jalen Richard. So I kind of knew he was just coming in for competition for training camp and for preseason. Pretty sure George knew that too. It kind of sucks though, man. I wish George Atkinson III the best of luck, man, on his search for a team. Last year he played for the Browns. Right now he's waived and he don't have any team that he's playing for right now. Another guy that I want to talk about, man, training camp standout, cornerback Breon Borders. He had an interception Saturday night. You know, maybe they cut him hoping he's going to clear waivers and they can make him back on the practice squad. That's a real possibility. Breon Borders didn't have the best preseason, but he played okay. He had that one interception, man, in that Saturday night game. So best of luck, man, to Breon Borders, man. I have his autograph, which is kind of cool. Another guy I want to talk about next, KJ Brent, the wide receiver, number 80 for the Raiders. Another wide receiver that I honestly think, thanks Cowboys Nation, man. See you guys week 11 in Oakland. Another wide receiver, man, KJ Brent, number 80, man. Another wide receiver that I think has a ton of talent. He was just a casualty of a really talented wide receiver group. With, you know, Mari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, the newly signed Seth Roberts, the newly added Cordero Patterson. We couldn't keep that many wide receivers. We chose to keep Johnny Holton, and I think keeping Johnny Holton was big. I think Johnny Holton is a dynamite, is really dynamite in a little package. Last year, man, Johnny Holton made a couple plays for us in the regular season, and I expect to see, progression with Johnny Holton this year. Next guy we're going to talk about, Shalik Calhoun. What of a waste of a third-round pick, man. To be honest with y'all, man, I think they're giving Jihad Ward, man, the benefit of the doubt, but I don't like Jihad Ward or Shalik Calhoun. I don't think they have what it takes to play in the front seven of the NFL. They're both very raw. They don't have too much football talent. They're not very big. So Shalik Calhoun is kind of a disappointment because that's a waste of a third-round pick. But it is what it is. He's gone. And, it's crazy because we're already thin at linebacker. But he's gone. Maybe he clears waivers. Maybe the Raiders put him on the practice squad. But best of luck to Shalik Calhoun. Another guy that stood out this preseason to me. They got cut, but I think he had a bad fourth preseason game against Seattle, and I think that's probably the reason why he got cut, going on to the fact that we have a lot of running backs. John Crockett. John Crockett had a couple good games for the Raiders in the preseason, but that last preseason game, man, was an epic failure for Crockett. Just like George Atkinson, man. George Atkinson on the opening kickoff against the Seahawks, fumble of the kickoff. And then John Crockett on the opening drive, man, fumbled the ball and gave the fucking hot Seahawks the fucking ball on our side of the field on like the 30-yard line. Man, but shout out to John Crockett, man. Hopefully he does his thing in the NFL, man. Best of luck to you guys, man. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Another guy that I liked, but, the Raiders have so much talent, man, at skill position. It's hard to keep a lot of young players. But another guy that I liked, man, that came up big on Saturday night was Keon Hatcher, the wide receiver. Thanks, Steven Robinson, man. Thanks for following the page, man. Cheers to you, man. Cheers to you. Blunt goes to you, man. You feel me? But Keon Hatcher, man, he got cut. Sad for Keon Hatcher, man. I think Keon Hatcher, man, is another guy that has a ton of talent. He's just, he's kind of shadowed by a very talented, thorough wide receiver group. I mean, you're not going to beat out Crabtree. You're not going to beat out Cooper. You're not going to beat out Roberts. And you're not going to beat out Patterson. So everybody else is kind of just hanging by a thread. But I do like the fact, like I said, that we kept Johnny Holton out of all the wide receivers that we had that were young guys. Another guy, man, that I'm surprised that got cut, and I'm hoping makes his way around for the practice squad is Elijah Hood. You guys know how I feel about, oh yeah, bro, Shalom Lawani is going to be a stud. Shalom Lawani, Obi Melifonwu right now is definitely hurting his stock with being hurt because Shalom Lawani has completely balled out this preseason. Completely balled out. He sealed his roster spot, man, with that interception he made Saturday night. But like I said, man, Elijah Hood got cut. Hopefully he can make his way through the waivers and make it back to the Raiders. I like Elijah Hood a lot. If you guys watch my videos, you guys know how I feel about Elijah Hood. Hopefully he clears waivers, man. We get him on the practice squad, man, and we get to keep Elijah. But unless anything else happens, man, best of luck to Elijah Hood and his fucking spot on his search for a job. A guy that, was a kind of a surprise, I think, to a lot of people in the NFL, was the fact that we cut linebacker LaTroy Lewis. LaTroy Lewis did a lot of good things this preseason. He had fucking three sacks, a forced fumble, that one fucking fumble recovery, and then he had that one touchdown where he fucking grabbed the ball out of the air when fucking Antonio Hamilton came down and blitzed the quarterback, and LaTroy Lewis grabbed it out of the air and went back. I'm kind of surprised they cut him. This is one guy I don't think that's going to clear waivers. The Raiders are extremely thin already at linebacker. I don't really like the fact they cut LaTroy Lewis. I thought he played very well for us. But, maybe they have a thing up their sleeve, man. Maybe they think he's going to clear waivers, save him some money or something. Another guy that got cut that we didn't see Saturday night, wide receiver Jaden Mickens. Jaden Mickens was a short, little speedster wide receiver, man. Not the best hands in the world, but was definitely a speedster. I like Jaden Mickens. I like a lot of our young players in the preseason. That's why I go to preseason games. I like a lot of the young players. I thought we were plagued this preseason by poor backup quarterback play. I thought E.J. Manuel didn't play very well. Neither did Connor Cook. So I think that's what plagued us this preseason. But I liked Jaden Mickens. One guy that's gone that I kind of thought he should have been gone way before this is Ben Heaney. Ben Heaney, in my eyes, was trash. He was just like Miles Burris. He couldn't cover a tight end, can't tackle. So I'm surprised he actually lasted that long. he was waived. You know what I'm saying? Best of luck to Jaden Mickens and Ben Heaney in their search for a job. I don't think Ben Heaney gets signed. That's just my opinion. He's been hurt, and he hasn't played well when he has played. And the last guy that we're going to talk about that got cut was Conley. Garyon Conley's supposed to make his NFL debut, man, week 1 against the Titans. So we'll see how that goes. He comes from an NFL ready defense already. In Ohio State, a championship winning top fucking 3 defense in the country. So I think he's probably pro ready already. I'm pretty sure the coaches feel the same way. So they say they expect Conley to make his season debut in Tennessee, matched up against whoever they got playing wide receiver. The last guy we're going to talk about that got cut was the big free agent signing. Well, not big free agent signing, but he was a free agent signing from the Dolphins, linebacker Jelani Jenkins. I thought Jelani Jenkins flashed at moments. I thought he had his share of big plays. He had a lot of big plays against the Cowboys, against their starters. I'm kind of surprised that got cut. But, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, players come, players go. That's just the nature of the league. But like I already said, man, the Raiders are already really thin at linebacker. To see them cut so many linebackers is kind of weird. But like I said, man, the Raider general manager Reggie McKenzie is smart. He knows what he is doing. I expect him to, you know, make all the best calls. You know, he's done very well so far. He hasn't had the best of drafts, but when it comes to getting coaches and free agents and, you know, changing the mentality of well, I don't know about Alex Barber, bro. Never heard of him before. Max Garcia has established himself as a starting offensive lineman. That Barber guy, he's probably a backup on your guys' team or something. Maybe you feel a different way about him, man, but I never even heard of him. That's why I didn't care when you made that video about they traded him. I don't even know the fuck he is. He's a backup. You know what I'm saying? Max Garcia is a starter. He's proven to be a starter. But it's all good, though, man. I want them to keep the same offensive line that Khalil Mack dominated and had 5 sacks on it. Max Garcia was a part of that line. So keep Max Garcia, man, so we can wreck that fucking offensive line with the Khalil Mack. But like I said, man, Jenkins is gone. Best of luck to Jenkins in finding a job. Maybe you make it back, maybe you don't. But like I said, man, to all these guys, man, once a Raider, always a Raider. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple other cuts that I didn't really speak about because I really care too much for, like the Farrell Browns, the Gabe Holmes, the fucking the Ryan O'Malley. There's a couple other dudes that got cut. I just didn't really want to speak on them. They're not really people. Not too many people really know about them, unless you're fucking, you know, like me and you're in the market and all you do is look up Raider shit. Then you know everybody on the team. But the Raiders announced their 53-man roster. Derek Carr, obviously the starting quarterback. E.J. Manuel was the backup. Connor Cook, third string, got the roster. Marshawn Lynch is the starting running back. Jalen Richard, 2. DeAndre Washington, 3. The wide receivers are Mari Cooper, 1. Michael Crabtree, 2. Seth Roberts, 3. Cordero Patterson, 4. Johnny Holton, 5. The tight ends are we got Jared Cook, 1. I think they got Lee Smith, 2. And Clive Walford, 3. Left tackles, Donald Penn, 1. I think they have Vidal Alexander is left tackle, 2. Left guard Kelechi Osemele. I forgot who his backup is. I think that's John Feliciano, if I'm not mistaken. Center Rodney Hudson, his backup I know is John Feliciano. Right guard Gabe Jackson, his backup I think is Denver Kirkland. Right tackle is Marshall Newhouse. I'm pretty sure they have Vidal as the backup. They don't really have too many backup linemen, but they have some really good ones. The defensive lineman with the left end, I think they have Mario Edwards Jr. The right end, I think they have Jihad Ward. Outside, or no, they have Khalil Mack as the other defensive end, and they have Bruce Irvin at outside linebacker. They have Corey James. Oh yeah, David Sharp. David Sharp's another young lineman, rookie lineman. They have Corey James. They have T.J. Ward has talked a lot of shit about the Raiders, man. I mean, I don't know. I really don't like T.J. Ward or Aqib Talib. But the middle linebacker, Corey James, and Markel Lee. Outside linebacker, Bruce Irvin. I don't know who they're going to put the other outside linebacker now with the cut of Jelani Jenkins. But then you got the corners. You got David Emerson, Sean Smith, Garyon Conley, T.J. Carey, Antonio Hamilton. So free safeties, they have Reggie Nelson, Obi Melifonwu, Shalom Lawani, and then strong safeties, Carl Joseph. I'm not sure of the other backups of the fucking strong safety position. But, you know, as of going with this roster going into the season, I think we're going to be okay. Another reason why I don't think we really need TJ Ward, he's a strong safety. And we have Carl Joseph already, so I don't think we need TJ Ward. And we already have Reggie Nelson. They're not going to bench either one of those guys to bring in TJ Ward. Yeah, Eagle speed. The Broncos, one of the Broncos fans talk about our defense, but they don't want to talk about their offense. Like, I'd take the Raiders defense over the Broncos offense all day. All day. They ain't got no quarterback. I don't give a fuck who they got at wide receiver, tight end, running back, offensive line. I don't give a fuck. If your quarterback can't throw the ball to the right guy and can't fucking read a defense, your team's going to be trash, and the Raiders proved that for 13 years of having mediocre quarterbacks. The Aaron Brooks, the motherfucking Jamarcus Russells, the Jason Campbells, the Terrell Pryors, motherfucking Andrew Walters, motherfucking Josh McCowns, the fucking what the fuck was that dude's name? The other dude we had, I can't think of that dude's name right now. But anyways, until next time, man, it's your boy Raider Ben, and I'm out.